Good morning, everyone. This is Shiraz, your SST teacher. Hope you all are doing well. In previous class, we had completed Geography Lesson 9, Life in the Temperate Grasslands. Hope you all have completed your work sincerely. Today, we'll start with Geography Chapter 10, Life in the Deserts. This is your last chapter of Geography, so let's get started. Whenever we think of deserts, we think of low rainfall, scanty vegetation, and extreme temperatures. And depending on the temperatures, there can be hot deserts and cold deserts. In chapter 5, you have seen that water means life to plants, animals, and people. It is difficult for anyone to live in places where there is no water to drink, where there is no grass for their cattle to feed on, and where there is no water to help the crops to grow. We'll now learn about the places in the world where people have learned to cope with extreme harsh temperatures. In some places, as hot as fire, and some as cold as ice. These are the deserts areas of the world. These are characterized by low rainfall, scanty vegetation, and extreme temperatures. Depending on the temperature, there can be hot deserts or cold deserts. The people inhabit these land wherever little water is available to practice agriculture. The hot desert, Sahara. It is the world's largest desert. It has an area of around 8.54 million square kilometer. Do you recall that India has an area of 3.2 million square kilometer? Now you can compare yourself how big it is. The Sahara Desert touches 11 countries. These are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, Tunisia, and Western Sahara. When you think of a desert, the picture that immediately comes to your mind is that of sand. But besides the vast area of sands that Sahara Desert is covered with, there are also gravel plains and elevated plateaus with bare rocky surface. These rocky surfaces may be more than 25 meters high at some places. You will be surprised to know that present-day Sahara once used to be a lush green plain. Cave paintings in Sahara Desert shows that there used to be rivers with crocodiles, elephants, lions, giraffes, ostriches, sheep, cattle and goats were common animals. But the change in climate has changed this to a very hot and dry region. Now we'll discuss about the climate of Sahara Desert. The climate of the Sahara Desert is scorching hot and parched dry. It has a short rainy season. The sky is cloudless and clear. Here the moisture evaporates faster than it accumulates. Days are unbelievably hot. The temperatures during the day may soar as high as 50 degrees Celsius, heating up the sand and the bare rocks, which in turn radiates heat, making everything around hot. The nights may be freezing cold with temperatures nearing 0 degrees. Do you know Al Azizia in the Sahara Desert, south of Tripoli and Libya, recorded the highest temperature of 57.7 degrees Celsius in 1922. Flora and fauna of the Sahara Desert. Vegetation in the Sahara Desert includes cactus, date palms, and acacia. In some places, there are oases. What is oasis? A place in the desert where there is water and where plants grow. It is known as oasis. In some places there are oases, green islands with date palms surrounding them. Camels, hyenas, jackals, foxes, scorpions, many varieties of snakes and lizards are the prominent animal species living here. People in the Sahara Desert. The Sahara Desert, despite its harsh climate, has been inhabited by various groups of people who pursue different activities. Among them are the Bedouins and Tuaregs. These groups are nomadic tribes, meaning move from one place to another in search of food and shelter, rearing livestock such as goats, sheep, camels, and horses. These animals provide them with milk, hides from which they make leather for belts, slippers, and water bottles. Hair is used for mats, carpets, clothes, and blankets. They wear heavy robes as protection against dust, storm, and hot winds. The oasis in the Sahara and the Nile Valley in Egypt supports settled population. Since water is available, the people grow date palms. Crops such as rice, wheat, barley, and beans are also grown. Egyptian cotton, famous worldwide, is grown in Egypt. The discovery of oil, a product in great demand throughout the world, in Algeria, Libya, and Egypt, is constantly transforming the Sahara Desert. Other minerals of importance that are found in the area include iron, phosphorus, manganese, and uranium. The cultural landscape of the Sahara is undergoing change. Gleaming glass cased office buildings tower over mosque and the cultural landscape of the Sahara is undergoing change. Gleaming glass cased office buildings tower over mosques and superhighways crisscross the ancient camel paths. Trucks are replacing camels in the salt trade. Tuaregs are seen acting as guides to foreign tourists. More and more nomadic herdsmen are taking to city life, finding jobs in oil and gas operations. Next, we'll discuss about the cold desert Ladakh. Ladakh is a cold desert lying in the Great Himalayas on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. The Karakoram Range in the north and the Zanskar Mountain in the south enclose it. Several rivers flow through Ladakh, Indus being the most important among them. The rivers form deep valleys and gorges. Several glaciers are found in Ladakh, for example, the Gangri Glacier. The altitude in Ladakh varies from about 3000 meters in Kargil to more than 8000 meters in the Karakoram. Due to its high altitude, the climate is extremely cold and dry. The air at this altitude is so thin that the heat of the sun can be felt intensely. The day temperatures in summer are just above 0 degree and the night temperature well below minus 30 degrees Celsius. It is freezing cold in the winters when the temperatures may remain below minus 40 degrees Celsius for most of the time. As it lies in the rain shadow of the Himalayas, there is little rainfall, as low as 10 centimeters every year. The area experiences freezing winds and burning hot sunlight. You will be surprised to know that if you sit in the sun with your feet in the shade, you may suffer from both sunstroke and frostbite at the same time. Flora and fauna. Due to high aridity, the vegetation is sparse. There are scanty patches of grasses and shrubs for animals to graze. Groves of willows and poplars are seen in the valleys. During the summers, fruit trees such as apples, apricots, and walnuts bloom. Several species of birds are seen in Ladakh. Robins, redstart, Tibetan snowcock, raven, and hoopoe are common. Some of these are migratory birds. The animals of Ladakh are wild goats, wild sheep, yak, and special kinds of dogs. The animals are reared to provide for the milk, meat, and hides. Yak's milk is used to make cheese and butter. The hair of the sheep and goat is used to make woolens. People of Ladakh. The people here are either Muslims or Buddhist. In fact, several Buddhist monasteries dot the Ladakhi landscape with their traditional gompas. Some famous monasteries are Hemis, Tikse, Shai, and Lamayuru. In the summer season, the people are busy cultivating barley, potatoes, peas, beans, and turnip. The climate in winter months is so harsh that people keep themselves engaged in festivities and ceremonies. The women are very hardworking. They work not only in the house and fields but also manage small business and shops. Leh is the capital of Ladakh. It is well connected both by road and air. The National Highway 1A connects Leh to Kashmir Valley through the Zojila Pass. Tourism is a major activity with several tourist streaming in from within India and abroad. Visits to the Gompas, treks to see the meadows and glaciers, witnessing ceremonies and festivities are important activities. Life of people is undergoing change due to modernization, but the people of Ladakh have over the centuries learned to live in balance and harmony with nature. Due to scarcity of resources like water and fuel, they are used with reverence and care. Nothing is discarded and wasted here. It's cool, isn't it? So now we have come to an end of today's chapter. Let's have a recap. In today's class, we have understood the complex interrelationship between humans and their natural environment. We have compared life in one's own surrounding with life in other environmental settings. We have appreciated the cultural differences that exist in the world due to interactions between humans and their different environments. We also learned that deserts have low rainfall, scanty vegetation, and extreme temperatures, and they can be hot or cold. Although water is important for life and deserts have very little water, many plants and animals live in the deserts. People are found living in almost every desert because they have adapted to the ways of life in the deserts. And although most of them are hunter gatherers, some also practice agriculture where water is available. So we have completed geography portion also. I'll send the PDF of question answer and exercise. You all are supposed to note it down in your register. Take care. Good luck. Good morning.